Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, glad you're back and tuning into the No Comfort Zone podcast. I'm glad you're here. So recently was in Florida, and I'm actually on a bus. Family's on a bus, and what ends up happening, we're going from one park to back to the hotel, and it's late. I think we were like the last bus there, leaving one of the destinations or what have you. So we're on the we're all tired, and we got to make a couple of stops. Well, the bus driver ends up going over the curb, and the tire gets blown out. So now we got to stay on the bus. Now, the guy's brand new on the job. Could you imagine you're like first day on the job and your supervisor right next to you? You roll over a curb. The bus was still packed with people. Everyone's tired and wants to get off there, and kids are tired and ornery and stuff. It was just a bad environment, and this guy's first day was bad. It was just bad for him. So there's three guys from the East Coast. They were drinking a little bit. They were, we're on a bus. There's kids there, and they're swearing a little bit. Nothing too bad, I don't think. But then it started to escalate the more we sat there. Now, here's the perspective. While we're on the bus, literally, we're in a parking lot. And they wouldn't let us off the bus until another bus came by that we got off the bus, got on the other bus, and they drove us. I don't want to exaggerate, like I think 200 feet, maybe 100 yards, maybe. I don't know. I was in the middle of the bus, and I don't know how far it was. But I noticed that we were in a parking lot because of all the cars parking there, and I saw guests from the hotel leaving and getting into their rental cars and stuff. I saw that. That was like literally probably, I don't know, say 50 feet away from the bus, and I thought it was kind of weird, but we're on there, we're waiting. So 10 minutes go by, and these guys that were drinking are starting to swear a little bit more. Even one of the moms is like, hey, could you watch your language? And then the guys were like, sorry, we didn't know that there was a kid there. She's like, are you kidding me? I'm right there in the middle of it. And it was just awkward. Then it got a little uncomfortable because these guys that were drinking now are getting a little tired. And the 15 minutes seemed like a lifetime, by the way. I'm being patient and just, when are we going to get out of this situation? And this is a drag. And I just watching what's going on. And they were making fun. They were kind of causing a ruckus. And then they started to get a little antagonized, the supervisor. Hey, let us off the bus, do this. And it was just getting really awkward. And then other people started to join in, not making the situation work. There were more people complaining. And this was just a weird moment in time because I firmly believe, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem, right? 10%, what's the problem? We're stuck on a bus. 90%, what's the solution? So the supervisor and the bus driver are from a position of fear. The supervisor feels that he failed. I'm ad-libbing here. He failed because of what happened, because the guy drove over a curb and blew out a tire. Now people are pissed off, so he feels responsible, as he should. Next, the driver feels bad because his first day on the job. He knows he ain't going to keep this job. It was obvious, and that's what the guys were teasing him about. It's like, yeah, first day, where are you going to work next? Walmart might be hiring. It's bad when you mess out of truck driving school, when you fail out of truck driving school, and you get your first job. Well, good luck back to whatever you were doing. It was just kind of terrible. A little funny, but now it's getting a little old, and now people are starting to fire up, and everyone's from the guys that are supposed to be solving the problem aren't reacting at all. They're in complete apathy, kind of like what happens with people in life. They get to a point where they're just afraid to make the next decision because they're afraid of making the wrong decision. Man, it's time to make a decision. Keep making decisions until something good happens. That's really what life's all about, isn't it? Make a decision, mistake happens, learn from it, get some wisdom, get some knowledge, then learn from it, and then you get your wisdom, right? That's how it works. So after about, I think, 15, 20 minutes now, people are getting heated. I just simply nudged past these big dudes that were, drinking a little bit. I'm not small by any means. I don't think I'm average. I'm 5'9", I weigh about 210 pounds. And these guys were a little bit bigger than me. And, I would say these are the, hey, how you doing kind of guys. But I walked past them, excuse me, and they're like, what are you going to do? And I just walked past them and I go to the supervisor and I go, hey, let's look at this from a logical point of view. You guys are in a bad situation. We're in a bad situation. How are we going to get out of it? Those cars are 50 feet right over there. There are customers walking over there. You claim that it's not safe to do so. You have to make a decision because it's not safe for us to be on here, keeping us up, waiting for the other bus to come. Make a decision now to help these people by getting them off the bus and escorting them to that safe spot right over there if that's what you have to do until the bus comes. Well, no, then we can't control the situation. And I go, you want to control this situation? You better do something now. The supervisor looks at me. He looks right at the driver. Okay, we need to get these people off the bus. We need to do so. Now, here's the crazy part. My wife was telling the woman with the kid that was getting sworn to or whatever, they were telling them, don't worry, my husband's going to handle it. I heard her say that. I heard the other guy say, what's he going to do? My husband solves problems all day long, just like this. I looked at her like, that was cool, but I didn't know what the guy was going to do. But the point being is that with logic and reason, it's easy to make a decision. Logic and reason. It's not, maybe it's simple and not easy. I don't know, but you have to look at the greater good. Is the greater good going to be served? And why are you making a decision or no decision? Is it based out of fear? Because that's terrible. If your fear is real, you got to have that feeling of fear. It's for self-preservation. But people get locked up into this fear. I was afraid standing there of what these three goons were going to say to me. But after 15 minutes, I look at my son, I look at that little guy that was sitting next to him, who I didn't know. I look at the mom, I look at my family, and I'm like, this isn't going to get any better. Nobody's doing anything. And when we got everybody off the bus, simply gathered my family and we walked to our hotel was, by the way, it was the next hotel. We decided to walk and we had a good walk. It was very fun. We had a really enjoyable, nice walk after walking all day at Disney. Sounds crazy, but it was a nice walk. So the moral of the story is that, you know what? You got to kind of live in the solution. And all too often people live in the problem or just kind of get like, duh, I don't know what to do next. You got to do something. Sometimes it's just that you got to do something. So let's look at where you're at now in your life. Let's look at where I'm at in my life right now. I got problems right now, but if I'm going to go into my office or my office at home or my office at where I work and I close the door and I'm going to do emails and I'm going to avoid the problems, ain't getting better for it's not getting better for anybody else. So it's like, what are we doing here? We're here to make the place better. We're here to solve problems. And that's really what your day is. And so if you can find a way to start enjoying solving problems, you're going to have a better quality of life. And the more problems you solve, the better version of yourself you're going to become. And the better version of yourself, like the hero version of yourself you're going to become, the better reality you can change for the people around you. It's so simple for me to break out of the routine and actually start solving problems. So don't go interact, go do things. Recently, I saw some people in my organization, they just didn't engage or interact with people at a level that I want. And if you ever were working with me or whatever, I'm all about the 4 E's: energy, excitement, enthusiasm, engagement. Start applying that to the solution I had on the bus. Engagement. I got to get engaged with energy. Hey guys, here's what we need to do. Here's the reality of it. 10%, here's the problem. 90%, here's the solution. You're going to be a hero when you make a decision. Bam, guy made a decision and helped me get off the bus. Could I have walked off the bus? Absolutely. I could have walked off the bus and dragged my family and I could have been a complete D-bag. But that's not going to help everybody else on the bus. And yeah, I do believe you have to have some compassion for the people around you. So today, go attack your problems. Just find the problem like Brian Tracy, Eat the Frog. I mean, what a phenomenal concept. You got a cold, nasty old frog you got to eat. When do you want to eat it? At the end of the day? Or do you want to eat it at the beginning of the day? Get it over with. I got about 10 frogs I got to eat before 9 o'clock today. Man, I'm not excited about that. But guess what? After I'm done with it, oh yeah, it's Friday night. I can enjoy my Friday night. I can have some fun tonight. I can go do what I want to do because I'm the version of myself that I wanted to be because I solve problems. Hopefully this resonates with you. Hopefully it makes sense. And more importantly, I hope today you find the ability within yourself to solve some problems so that you can help some other people. Go after your goals with passion, get out of your comfort zone, and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.